from Team Chest Bump the World, representing, what it is to have shoulder extension. So the biggest problem that I see with shoulder issues is like people come to me and they're like, oh Emily, I got this pain like right about here, it's so sad. And that's really hard to like diagnose or to go through, because we have all these muscle attachments, your bicep, your anterior delt, your pec, all of these kind of like gather up here and attach at the acromion process and kind of like jut up against the bursa, which is this like sack of fluid right underneath, and then that gets inflamed and starts shooting in different areas, and like all this horrible stuff happens. But the main problem is position. So we think, okay, if your shoulder is hurt and I see you kind of like looking forward at me and I can see all 5 hands, then I know that you have internal rotation at rest, which means that your shoulders kind of sit forward. Maybe the suction cup muscle of your subscap isn't sucking, doing its job and sucking the scapula along the ribs, so you can chest bump the world. So we have 2 pieces today to improve your shoulder extension, the ability for your arms to sit behind your body and strengthen in through the back and open up in through the front. So 2 things that you'll need, well I guess a few things that you'll need, but we'll start off with first the bench back bend. So you need a foam roller and then 2.5-pound plates. You don't technically need the 2.5-pound plates, but they add a little spice to your life, and I'm always up for that. So you're gonna make sure that the foam roller is in between your shoulder blades, not your T-spine down here where it's kind of jamming into your lower back, but like a little bit higher than you think. So I'm gonna bring it right about here. I'm short, so I'm gonna let my feet rest on the bench. You're probably taller than me, so you can let your feet rest on the floor. And then all I wanna do is let my hands hang out behind my body. Notice that my shoulders jutted forward, so it's sitting still in front of my body. I wanna externally rotate and do what I can about letting my shoulders kind of sink back and down. I want gravity to do its job and kind of let my shoulders sink down and pull the shoulder blades down my back here. And then eventually I'm just gonna move one arm at a time. I'm just gonna do little like kind of half snow angels, reaching my arms up and back, letting gravity do its thing. I might lean over, oh yeah, that's great. Get a little extra stretch along the bicep, pec, and delt. Go along the other side, a few snow angels here. Do it one arm at a time at first. Then you're gonna grab onto a 2.5-pound plate. You're gonna externally rotate and let it go back. So my thumb is down, pinky is up. And then I can do that same thing where I pull the shoulder blade down the back and I do some snow angels. Now the thing about weight is that you're then under load. So before you are under load, you have to make sure that you're stable. So in this case, I wanna roll my shoulder blades down my back. And if I wanna reach my arm up over my head, I wanna make sure that these muscles here are supporting me, that I'm not sinking my shoulder forward, because then a lot of times you'll get some pain through the front of your shoulder. So be mindful of that. You'll go back and forth, round and round. I'll do it on both sides eventually, reaching my arms up and over, and really just allowing my ribs to open up, my pecs to peel apart, my lats to just rip right off my sternum. And then notice that my ribs are kind of flaring here. If I want, I can apply this to then a position that I do, like overhead or snatch position. So I'm gonna bring myself into a 45, kind of snatch grip hold. I take a big deep breath in. Then on my exhale, I'm going to push my ribs down into the floor and reach my arms up so I can work on creating a brace position, belly in tight, ribs pulling down as I'm up and overhead. Like 2.5 minutes on this side. Honestly, I like to do this before and after every workout, and quality over quantity, just make it feel good. After you're done with that, come on up. You're gonna marvel at how open your pecs feel. And then you're gonna grab onto a PVC pipe, and then you'll come up and you'll bring the PVC pipe back behind you with your palms facing forward. In a perfect world, you wouldn't need the PVC pipe because you can interlace your fingers, but in a practical world, let's all use a PVC pipe. I'm gonna bring it in a little bit closer, and then I'm going to roll my shoulder blades down my back and shoot my knuckles down towards the floor. Notice that here my ribs are flared, so I'm in kind of a bad position. So I'm gonna redo it, and I'm gonna start by squeezing my butt, engaging my quads, pulling my ribs down, and then finding my chest bump and shooting the knuckles down. In this position, my shoulder blades are back behind me. I'm not sinking forward, but I'm spending some time so these little subscap muscles that I'm placing right here can have an opportunity to strengthen. From there, I'm gonna work an exercise of shoulder extension. So 5 times I'm gonna reach my arms up and then bring it back down again. Bringing it on up, I wanna try to get it to parallel. Oh, I'm too tight for that, that's okay. I'll do 5 reps here, then I'll do 5 reps maybe a little bit wider, trying to get to parallel. Then I'll do 5 reps a little bit wider, and oh, look at that. Eventually I'll be able to have enough of that scapular sliding surface to be able to do like a reverse awkward pass through. You also get a little extensor stretch into your forearm, so you can enjoy that a little bit. And then you can do that like 4 or 5 times, and then bring it back behind you. Roll your shoulder blades down your back, pull your knuckles down, and then go ahead and let yourself get like a little trap stretch. A lot of times we live in this position, so if I shoot my knuckles down, I let my chin tuck a little, I can pull my head over to one side. Oh, it's so nice. A little release from the base of your occipital lobes all the way down your shoulder. Bring yourself back up through the center, roll it on over the other side, recommit to your chest bump and your knuckles shooting down so you can enjoy the benefits of stretching that upper trap from tissue to tissue. Last but not least, we bring it into a forward fold. I take in a big deep breath in, I hinge at the hips and the knees, I go all the way up and over, knuckles shoot up to the sky, head drops really heavy, knees are softly bent, and enjoy your life a little bit. Okay, that whole thing should take you about 5 minutes to, taller, open, more chest bumping you. Have a good time.